Okay, well, excuse me, you're going to hear my fire alarm beeping in the background, driving me crazy. I have to go out and get a backup battery so it'll stop. There it goes again. It's like every 30 seconds, this thing has been beeping for the last couple of hours. I had to drag the ladder in, get up there, and it is wired in. Anyway, that's another thing. But I want to enlighten the person that came on. You know, we get people that start railing about tattoos. You've lost your soul. Well, clearly, this is somebody that thinks they're one of these evangelicals, self-righteous fools that don't know the Bible. And what are you doing on my channel to begin with? But let me enlighten you what the Bible has to say about it. It's not talking about tattoos of ornamentation. Okay? It said not to mark your body. Why? Because when somebody died, they were taking knives and cutting themselves, defacing themselves, and rubbing in ashes, okay, as a sign of mourning. These tattoos are not signs of mourning, okay? So either understand the Bible, and if you understood the Bible, you wouldn't be saying the foolish things you're saying. So, okay, don't come here and try to preach to me about the Bible like you know something, okay? It's clear you haven't read it or you don't understand it. In any case, you are not the arbiter of anybody else's life, okay? God judges the hearts and the minds. What's in your heart and your mind with what you are saying? Okay? Check yourself. Before you try to take the mote out of your brother's eye, take the log out of your own. You want to talk Bible verses? I can go head to head with you all day. Because I guarantee you, I know the Bible backwards and forwards, okay? And if you want to talk about divination, you know the Old Testament, the high priests, you might want to read the breastplate had 2 stones they used for divination. Yes, the high priests. So again, zip it. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? And so you need to toddle down the road and go back to your evangelical, evil angel church, so-called church. Okay? And spend some time actually reading the Bible and understand what it's pointing to. So again, it was not talking about tattoos done for ornamentation. Okay? Yes, what you're referring to is in the Old Testament. I know that verse very well. Okay? Talks about cutting yourself. When somebody dies, they would cut themselves and mark the body with ashes. Sit there and wail and scream and cut themselves. Okay? It has nothing to do with tattoos for ornamentation. Okay? So toddle on down the road. Take your judgmental little self with you, your pea brain that thinks, again, they know something. Okay? Okay, my God is a God of righteousness. Okay? Of love, of light. Okay? And what you're preaching and what you're putting out there is hate and nonsense, judgmentalism, and you have no right to be judging anybody. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't come to my channel with your self-righteous, BS. And I especially love those that put Trump on a pedestal and say that he is God's chosen one and that I'm going to hell because I speak against him. Well, if your God is Satan and the father of lies, then you have got the right person on a pedestal. Okay? And from what I've heard coming out of these evangelical preachers' mouths are totally satanic. Okay? So this is what the Bible talks about, those that exchange the light for the darkness. They call the darkness light and the light darkness. Woe to them. Okay? So again, you best be understanding the Bible. Don't come to me and try to preach. Okay? Yes, I've been a licensed minister for many, many years. I started out in an esoteric Christian order. Okay? So, again, you think you know something, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. And it's sad to see. I never thought I would live to see the day that these churches would have exchanged the message of Christ for the message of Satan and sit there and walk around like they are so self-righteous. And this is another one that the Bible says, boy, are you guys going to be surprised. Because you're going to get to the other side. But didn't we preach in your name? Didn't we heal in your name? Didn't we do all these? And he says, get away from me. I never knew you. Okay? All this you can find in the Bible if you actually read it. Okay? So again, you can take your petty judgmentalism, your fake so-called Christianity, and evangelical, it's even right there, evil angels. And the angels of darkness will masquerade as angels of light. Okay? If you knew and understood the Bible, you wouldn't be following what you are following. God never taught prosperity teachings. Okay? Christ never taught prosperity teachings. And that tithe you're supposed to be giving, it's supposed to be helping out the congregation, not buying them these preachers, these fancy cars and mansions and all of this. That's not what it's for. Okay? So don't change the light for the dark and come here and preach your nonsense and your shadow crap here. Because it's not going to fly, not for one instant. And looking at this woman that Trump has got as a spiritual advisor, she's crazy. Okay? Out there, I see this and this, and yeah, she's in delusion and fantasy and nonsense. Okay? She's not getting something from God. So I'm going to leave this here. Good luck with your life. But I suggest you take time out. Actually read the Bible, meditate on it, ask God to open your eyes to truth. But you got to want truth more than you want anything else. You've got to want it. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Like Christ said, if you are following Christ, then you got to follow him. Okay? And Christ is 180 degrees away from these evangelical, evil angel preachers that they've got up there now. And ones like Jamie Swaggart and PTL and, Pat Robertson and these caustic, nasty, negative, demonic beings, okay, that use and abuse the name of Christ for their own, their after-name and fame, okay? They're not following the teachings of Christ.